Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Muslim News Network. First episode. Yes, let's get into it. Have you been following the news? Have you seen what has been happening between Israel and Iran? I have. Great news. Alhamdulillah. What has been happening is just insane. Something that I was not expecting to happen within our lifetimes. So it all started with Israel attacking Iran, bombing their scientists and generals, etc. Just doing a lot of damage. All of a sudden, Iran hadn't actually been doing anything to Israel. They have even obliged the Americans and the Israelis and cut off like a lot of funding for the Houthis. So the Houthis have not been able to even do the usual cruise missiles and drones that they have been launching at Israel for some time now. Still, Israel thought it was a good idea to start a conflict with Iran while they still haven't finished off Gaza. They haven't done their acts in Gaza to remove the population, etc. So this was very, very unexpected. And as you can see on the video, these are, I think, some of these videos are from the first night's raid and some are from the second night raid. This is the result from the second night. As you can see, lots of damage. This looks exactly like Gaza. Yeah, that's that insane. Honestly, insane. I did not expect this. Alhamdulillah. But now that I am a reputable news network, I need a logo, and yeah, I think I'll go with my Bosnian logo with Shahada, La ilaha illallah. But I also need a correspondent. So who will be my correspondent for my new news network now that I start reporting the news? Who better than Hassan Nasrallah? Nasrallah, right? Welcome, my new correspondent back from the grave. What do you think about this? What do you think about Iran bombing Israel 2 years after you were killed? What do you think about Iran finally manning up and doing something after 2 years of genocide in Gaza, after you were killed for nothing, after the pagers blew, and Iran finally does some retaliation. Now, to be honest, only like 10 or 20 missiles have actually impacted into Israel. Like what the strategy is, we can't really know. Is Iran trying to use up all of Israel's stock of these different kinds of Iron Dome missiles, these defensive missiles that they used to take out these ballistic missiles that Iran is firing? Like we can't know. We can't know what the actual strategy is, but they have fired hundreds of missiles and only like 10 or 20 have impacted into Israel. So for now, it's very weak. It's something, but it's very weak. Yeah, but still, Alhamdulillah, the Israelis are seeing what it is, how it was for Gaza. Oh, let me get back the logo. My correspondent. Yes, welcome back, Nasrat. Yeah, I know it's sad, right? It's sad that that you had to die and everything before Israel actually did something. So let's see. Let's get into the news. We're gonna start off with Hakikachu. So here's a brother, rogue theist, quote tweeting Hakikachu, who said, "Every Jew and Wahhabi stands with you, Amjad. Everyone else is spitting on you." This is to like in response to this Amjad Taha, who is like some UAE Zionist. Like who is he even? I have no idea who he is. I don't think anybody supports him, especially not Muslims. I mean, come on. So Hakikachu tweeted this, and this brother, he quote tweeted him and said, Daniel supported Assad's genocide in Syria, factually correct. US-Iranian alliance that toppled Saddam, factually correct. US-Iraqi Iranian alliance against the Sunnis in Iraq. Yes, still factually correct. He has supported all of this. Shia-led ethnic cleansing of Sunnis in Iraq and Syria. Yes, also factually correct. Hakikacho has supported all of this, especially if you remember the video I made about his like modernist understanding of jihad. He said that the Sunnis rising up to fight the Americans and the Shia genociders was bad, and that they were terrorists or something. I don't know what his actual argument was. So yeah, that's Hakikacho with another brain dead take. Let's see, we have more Hakikacho takes here. So it's Hakikacho tweeting, what we see from Wahhabis today against Iran, we saw from them on October 7th. On October 7th, Wahhabis also said they hoped that Israel and Hamas would destroy each other because they are two kafir factions. They only started hiding this view after all the backlash they received. Yeah, I mean, obviously I disagree with that. I don't think Hamas need to be destroyed. Iran, though, that's another matter entirely. And this brother, Hafid al-Baha al-Din, says, rejecting both Zionists and Rafida isn't cowardice, it's loyalty to Tawheed. Yes, that's true. We don't choose between bad... I just saw Hassan Nasrallah. I forgot that I still had him up. I was like, why is he watching me? We don't choose between battle factions. Let falsehood collapse upon itself so Allah's deen may prevail. Truth is not public sentiment, it's Sharia. That is true. That is true. Like, what can you disagree with here? And Hagiyachu answers with like emoji up, funnily enough, pointing at his own name. A deviant LARPing as if he cares about Islam and Sharia. Yeah, that's actually that's definitely you, Hakikachu. Like, that's a nice reflection there. Why don't you answer anything of what the brother said instead with this like throwaway phrase that is like has nothing to do with what he said? And the brother responds again. Labeling me deviant doesn't excuse your selective outrage. I reject Zionism and Rafidism alike, not out of apathy, but tawheed. And like you, I didn't trade principles for populism. Man, this brother, he's very well spoken. Okay, he's very well spoken. This like this sentence is very well said, mashallah. And then comes one of Hakikachu's brain dead followers. I mean, what can the response be? Like, what can the response be here? He says you should not be wearing glasses. That is shirk akbar. Do you think Allah is not capable of healing your eyesight? Repent and recite the Shahada immediately. Like these Kuburis, these disgusting freaks, they have like this conception of Islam that is like the way that kuffar in the West, you know, the Christians and atheists and whatnot have this like caricature of Islam, and they think that they have the same caricature against like what they call Wahhabis. Like what is wrong with you, man? Like you're not well in your head. Yeah, so that's the level of Hakikachu's followers. Let's see another one. I think I should have another one here. And is this it? Yeah, it's the same. It was funny. Like Hakikachu has no good answer to whenever he like. Whenever he writes anything like related to politics, it's always the stupidest take imaginable. Let's see this one. So this is an account called Madkhali Archives. He tweets like a lot of stuff, a lot of about Madkhalis against what's it called, Dostava, Shamsi, which I hate. I hate Shamsi. So a good account to follow. And he quotes like the same tweet that Hagiyachu wrote, that Jew and Wahhabi stands with you, Amjad. And he replies, to claim that Muslims, in parentheses, Wahhabi, have Wallah for a person who openly promotes shirk and kufr is a veiled accusation of apostasy. This is mass takfir. Yeah, I couldn't have put it better. So Hakikachu saying that every Jew and Wahhabi, now keep in mind, the Imam, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, all he wanted was not to do shirk, right? I mean, you can disagree if his definition of shirk is real or not, whatever. If it's right or wrong, doesn't matter, okay? Even if you're a Kaburi, you worship grace, you have to agree with the mission of the Imam. He didn't want people to do shirk. That's everything. Please Allah by not doing shirk. So in practice, like in principle or like by definition, every Muslim is a Wahhabi. Every Muslim should share the same basic goal as the Imam, even if you disagree with him, even if you fight them, you believe that they are like Khawarij, Ulat, whatever, right? But the definition of a Wahhabi is one that applies to every Muslim in the entire world. There is no Muslim that says, okay, we can do this amount of shirk. No, it's zero shirk. In Islam, it's zero shirk, okay? It's the wrong religion for you. If you want to do shirk, become a Hindu. So he is saying that every person that says, do not worship more than one God, he's a kafir. That's literally what Hakikachi is saying. So this account called it out. Like, I didn't even see it in the original tweet. I mean, this... the implication of what Hakikachi said, but yeah, this is correct. It is actually mass takfir. And what more? Yeah, if you know who Syrian girl is, she's one of the most disgusting Assadists on this planet. Honestly, she is a ghoul. And so Hakikachi tweeted about Wahhabis. Will you fight Israel? No. Will you support Iran fighting Israel? No, they are Shia. Will you support Sunni Palestinians fighting Israel? No, they're Ikhwani. Will you support Sunni non-Ikhwani Turkey or Pakistan fighting Israel? No, they're Sufi Kuburi. Starting to sound like you just don't want anyone fighting Israel. Is this like actually what Hakikachi believes about the Muslims, like the so-called Wahhabis? And this is so stupid. No, listen, I don't care. Whoever wants to fight Israel, Alhamdulillah, just, fight them. Do whatever you want with them. I don't care. I don't care about them. there is nobody saying no, okay? Every Muslim says yes, I don't care. Whoever. Like if North Korea came, I will be the douche's best fan. Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-il. I'm your best friend, okay? I'm your best friend. You're a kafir, and I make bara from you, but you are my best kafir friend, whatever that entails. Just send all your nukes on Israel, okay? Yes. But Syrian girl was in his mentions. Okay, she's constantly been in his mentions. Hagiachi has retweeted her. This man has no shame. He had a debate with a feminist and he censored her face, but he has no problem retweeting this Botox this creature, this Botox creature. She says they would actually have supported Assad and Iran if they stopped fighting Israel. So she's saying about Wahhabis, the Wahhabis should have supported Assad and Iran. That was the condition the Arab states gave Assad in order to normalize. I mean, when Assad fell, didn't they find documents of his secret communication with Israel? What stupid female dog. What more? Yes, Hakikachi disgusting orbiters. This was in regards to that that debate. I didn't even watch it. There's no point in watching. I don't watch that. There's no point in it. With that feminist he had literally while Iran was bombing while Iran was being bombed, Hakikachi was debating feminists. I mean that's so funny. And this one, unapologetic Muslim, he's called. He donated $100+ something on Hakikachi's live stream. The live stream I messed up by putting where he was in front of a green screen. Okay, that live stream, he debated $150 or something. And here is his sentence. I mean, I don't know if I should read this, but if you're listening to this, here's what he said. You cooked that prostitute so bad, she kept begging you not to in her mouth. I mean, such disgusting language. And he is an unapologetic Muslim. This is just a Coomer, lowlife, disgusting piece of shit, honestly. Such a disgusting person. And these are the orbiters that Hakikatu keep around him. I mean, keeps around him, right? Let's see, there should be some pictures. I think these are the pictures. Yes, so this is this was like the attack by Israel on Iran happened like during the debate or something. So here's that Dr. Talha Abdul Razak writing, your Imam and your Majusi army is being pummeled, and you're having a cry about some feminist. Allah Akbar. And even like his biggest orbiters are like, poor timing, Daniel Lamau. There's too much going on at this time. I wish you could have postponed it to another day. Very poor timing for this debate. This is a pointless debate. Can we have one on Iran, like a space? So people wanted like to hear Hakikatjus talking about like the reality of Iran being like pummeled to dust, and Hakikatjus was debating some feminists. Man, he has his priorities straight. Here's another one. What's the point of this debate now while Iran is under attack by Zionists? There should be a live stream or debate on that. And here's that disgusting piece of human trash again. And here's one more saying more important stuff is happening. So people were like confused. People were like confused. Why is Hakikatju having this debate while literally like Iran is being destroyed, literally being destroyed live on air, okay? And here's another one on Hakikatju. So there's a lot of on Hakikatju that I've been following. So this is a tweet I made, and if you haven't seen it, obviously, like if you're watching this a year from now, obviously you haven't seen it. But so Hakikatju had like commented under a what happened there? Okay, so Hakikatju tweeted something, this person answered, and Hakikatju answered him. So I don't know what the original thing was, but this person wrote, dude, the Shia concept of imams controlling everything is shirk, and I'm not a Wahhabi supporter, but that's simple common sense. Yeah, so even this person who is not a Wahhabi, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide him and realize that these so-called non-Wahhabis all are like mushrikeen, like the only thing that defines you as a Wahhabi is not worshipping anything besides God. But so this Azula guy, he understands that you should not worship anything besides God. He continues, he says, I don't want someone deeply explaining to me why it is not shirk. Brother Adnan told you this. You should learn from him on this matter. And Hakikatju answered. So, like, what can you answer this? What can you answer this? The person just says, please do not defend this. There's no point in defending this. This is literal like shirk. Like, even I'm not a Wahhabi, I understand that this is shirk. So, but Hakikatju answered, he says, the consequences of takfir are very severe. The Prophet ﷺ warned us of this. Our iman is at stake when we takfir. So Hakikatju says that your iman is at stake. What does that mean? Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, we say when your iman reaches like 0, when you lose your iman, you become a kafir, a mushrik, right? And this is tied to a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ says, when a man tells to his brother, hey mushrik, or something like that, or O kafir, then one of them surely is a kafir. So that's how the hadith goes. Like the nobody interprets this as actual like kufr akbar. Okay, so it's like you at worst it is like kufr askar. Okay, so it's like you have disbelieved in the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam of if a person implements the pillars of Islam, then he's to be regarded as a Muslim. Stuff like that. So you definitely lose iman, but it's not that you become a kafir. But Hakikatju says that this actually means that you become a kafir. So he says, so 100% certainty is necessary. Emotional hatred of a sect is not worth risking your iman over, especially when we see similar statements from the Salaf. So this Hakikatu is literally saying, if you make takfir and you're wrong, then you're a kafir. Why is this problematic, might you ask? Why is this problematic? Obviously, making takfir without evidence is bad. Everybody can agree with you on this. Everybody agrees on this, okay? But why is this problematic? It's problematic because of history. So let me read what I wrote. Just like many Khawarij of the past, Hakikatu is unable to distinguish the kufr of the action with the person doing it. He also believed that you lose your iman if you do takfir, and you are not correct. But doesn't this make Ahlul Sunnah kuffar for takfiring the Shiites? See, that's the problem. I mean, one of the bigger problems. So that means that every person who makes takfir on the Shia, and Hakikatu views Shia as Muslims, then he's a kafir. So all of Ahlul Sunnah that do takfir on Shiites, they're all kuffar, mushrikeen, according to Hakikatu. So who is the takfiri here? And I continue here. I said, what a weird religion of this fat retard. I don't know what kind of Hinduism he believes in. Maybe the Imam is Vishnu, a fat pig. Also, you can actually never takfir anyone, because if there is a minuscule chance you're wrong, then you are a kafir yourself. And then I remember a hadith. I mean, there are several hadith where the Sahaba make like takfir without actually having evidence for the takfir, and many more where they're like, they are not unsure if a person is a Muslim or a kafir, so they don't know how to act towards him. But this is a very specific hadith to this situation. So I am right. According to Hakikatu, Khalid ibn Walid had no iman and was thus a kafir for making false takfir on these people. This is the Aqidah of the original Khawarij and the Shia that came after. So the Shia and the original Khawarij, they make takfir on the Sahaba. Khalid ibn Walid radiallahu anhum was a Sahabi. Don't believe Hakikatu's filthy Majusi religion, as it's contradictory to Islam. And here's the hadith. Ibn Umar said, the Prophet sent Khalid bin Walid to the Bani Hadima and he summoned them to accept Islam. When they did not express their acceptance of Islam properly, but began to say, we have changed our religion, we have changed our religion. So, I mean, they were scared of him. Khalid ibn Walid was a like fearsome fighter, right? So he did not believe that they were sincere out of their actions, the way they spoke, etc. They probably like even weren't sincere, right? But they, at least verbally, they said they accepted. So Khalid began to kill them and take prisoners, and he handed a prisoner to each one of us. But when a day came when Khalid ordered each of us to kill his prisoner, I said, I swear by Allah that I will not kill my prisoner, and that not one of my companions will kill his prisoner till we come to the Prophet. When we mentioned the matter to him, he raised his hand and said twice, O God, I declare myself innocent in thy sight of what Khalid has done. So, and this is from Sahih Bukhari. So what does this mean? This means that Khalid made false takfir. He killed the people because he made takfir on them, because he didn't believe that they had actually become Muslims. So he had no actual proof except for the way they spoke, the words they used, their mannerisms, etc. This is obviously a clear statement of false takfir. And Hakikatu obviously believes that that this is acceptable, right? To make takfir on Khalid ibn Walid for what he did. I mean, this is Hakikatu himself who said it. That you are to make takfir on him. He has zero iman now. Billah. So he's just like a Rafidi. And here's here's another one from the rogue theist. He quoted a Shia, Mustafa al-Janabi, who wrote, as a Shia Muslim, I'm telling you, the hand of Jesus is lifting our missiles. And he says, I'm not sure where to start with this. So this is like, if you brought this up to Hakikatu, he would say, it's 95% kufr or 99% kufr, but I'm not sure it's 100% kufr. It's like, it's a quote from something he said in regards to, I think, like a Christian worshipping a grave or something. I don't know. Like a Christian becomes a Muslim and worships Jesus. Or was it just a regular Muslim worshipping a regular grave? I don't know. But it's a quote from Hakikatu. And the person tried to correct me, said, saying this is kufr, be careful whenever you said it jokingly or seriously. So he thinks I'm saying this. And I said it's a quote of what somebody else said. So this brother didn't know that there is actual retards like Hakikachu saying this kind of stuff seriously. So he thought I was being like saying it jokingly. Oh, but right, I forgot one thing in regards to partisan girl. She's always like in Hakikachu's tweets. Whenever he's like supporting Assad or Iran or Hezbollah, she's in his like replies. Or when he like quote tweets or that, etc. And I'm just thinking here, like, where's Khalid? Does Khalid know that Hakikachu is flirting with this Botox infused creature? Does he know this? Does he accept? Does Khalid, is she all right with Hakikachu getting another wife, Syrian girl? Does the Syrian girl want to share Hakikachu with Khalid? I don't know. Like we have to ask her. Somebody has to ask Khalid this if she's all right with all of this. Let's continue. Here's one like a famous, I don't know, like infamous American so-called patriot who said something insane. So he tweeted at this guy, Johnny UTD. Don't really know who that is. And okay, let's take it from the beginning. The misfit patriot is the so-called infamous patriot guy. He says praise for everyone in Israel, and this Johnny guy replies, and he like, I mean, look at that ratio. That's insane. That's like nine times more, or something, right? He says, yes, we pray for it. Yes, we pray it is destroyed. That Israel is destroyed. So the misfit patriot said, you pray innocent children die. I mean, this is such a disgusting tweet from him. Because why? Because he tweeted earlier, I'm okay with as many dead kids as it takes to stop Hamas. Like, is it anti-Semitic now to say I'm okay with as many dead kids as it takes to stop Israel? Is that anti-Semitic to say? Because that's literally just twisting it around. Yeah, so that's the level we're at. Let's continue. Why isn't Iran targeting actual infrastructure? That's a good question. So here's a person, I think he's a Muslim brother, not 100% sure. He tweets a very good question, which I myself didn't ask. So he says, Israel has 9 big power generation stations. Iran can hit 5 and the war will end on the same day. Why they never do anything meaningful and impactful? There are 4 water desalination plants. Hit 2 and the war ends on the same day. It is not really that complicated, but Iran is always is as always dishonest and evasive. Yeah, that's a good question. Hassan Nasrallah, can you answer this? Our correspondent, can you answer why Iran is only bombing like skyscrapers, like cities, right? Why aren't they bombing like this infrastructure? Like if they hit this infrastructure, the war will end like on the same day, basically. Do you think the Israelis, the only reason the Israelis don't care about what's happening in Gaza is because it doesn't impact them, right? And if you like lob missiles into like Tel Aviv or whatever, it will impact some. They will be like very scared, etc. But they also want revenge because it hasn't impacted everyone. Like only a very small percentage will actually like feel the impact of the missiles, right? But if you bomb a water desalination plant or you bomb like the electrical grid, what happens? Everybody gets impacted. No fresh water, no electricity. The Israelis will like want the war to end at the same day, right? So it's a good question. Why isn't Iran doing this? I have a couple of theories which I might share later, but it's a good question. So he tweeted this and he was attacked by these resistards, and he had to clarify the tweet. So he says, to clarify, ending Israel's existence is within Iran's ability. It willfully chooses not to do it. Instead of attack me, why not ask Khamenei? Why won't he just give the order? Because they were never really committed to Islam and wanted a liberated Palestine to be a sectarian state. Now that's no longer an option. Why free Palestine? Who gains? Shiites, Persians? Of course not. It is Arabs and Islam. So there is no point to free Palestine. It was always a lie. This is why Iran and its allies poorly perform. They don't have the politics to want to win because the victory outcome after Syria kills Shiism even more. I mean, yeah, that's spot on. What can Iran gain? Like they abandoned Hamas as soon as the fighting started. They abandoned Hamas, and they only do some things with the Houthis to get PR, but they don't actually want Hamas to win. They would much prefer another kind of group to pop up that is like Shia, like literally just pro Shia, spread Shiism with no like question about it. And speaking of which, I'm gonna show you a video, and you can. I mean, okay, if you is probably gonna say it in the tweet. No matter. It's from Tunisia, okay. So it's thousands of Tunisian women converted to Shiism thanks to the Tunisian president's Shiite brother Nafal Said. The infiltration started with Shiite former Interior Minister Lutfi bin Jido and his brother Nasrullah personal friend Ghassan. The virus of Shiism is rapidly spreading throughout North Africa. So as you can see in the video, it's basically Shiites in Tunisia, and everybody is like confused, like what? As you can see with the amount of replies, and the people are like just asking themselves, what the hell happened? Nobody has heard about Shiism in Tunisia. But obviously, as you can see, there's like hundreds of them, thousands of them even, which is quite sad. People are like asking, are these Iraqis? What a shame, since they demonstrated for the coup for Kais Saied, they keep getting humiliated. Yeah, so this is the situation in Tunisia, and this is something that the axis of resistance would prefer, right? Look at Hassan Nasrallah. He's very happy. He's very happy at the outcome here. I'm actually gonna remove him. He's making me uneasy. So yeah, this is the situation, and this is what the resistance will prefer: a Shiite group to like take root in Gaza. If a Shiite group had taken root in Gaza, Iran would have sent all the support needed to fight off Israel. But as soon as the war broke, Israel broke relations with Gaza. Like no shipments, no weapons, nothing. If you have like been following the war footage from Hamas inside of Gaza, in the beginning, it was like constantly using like the RPGs with their 105 millimeter Yasin warheads that they supposedly self-manufacture, which is, I mean, I think it's kind of doubtful, but whatever. After that, nothing. Like very rarely do you see them firing these RPGs. I mean, still like they are effective. I mean, not 100% effective. I've seen many of them like being intercepted with the what are they called? I don't remember the name. They have like anti-missile defenses on these tanks. Like they like fire off a shotgun blast or something that to take out the rocket before it hits the tank. I've seen a couple of the rockets being intercepted this way, but still, like if you attack them from the top down, it is effective. If you're within close range, it is effective. But yeah, no more rockets to Gaza. No more ATGMs, no more of anything. Like especially no more manpads. Like Gazans need manpads to take out the drones, to take out the helicopters, right? Warplanes if possible, if they fly low enough. But yeah, Iran has not sent them anything. Let's continue. So in any case, we talked about Iran not actually targeting any important infrastructure, and I can tell you right now actually why they don't do it. If you ask me, they don't do it because uh, Israel might actually like do real harm in Iran. Like if they feel cornered, they might actually like use a nuclear warhead, or they might actually actually call in America into the war, like force them into the war somehow, like maybe like make it look like Iran gained nuclear weapons and they used it on an American base first or something like that. So I think that's what Iran is afraid of if they push like the Israelis too much. So right now they're just trying to like make it seem like a white piece, right? If you have played these like map strategy games, they want a white piece right now. That's why Iran is not firing all of their missiles at once. They fire like 40, 50, 60, just enough to like get a couple through the defenses to make the Israelis feel the pain, but not enough to actually do any real damage, so that Israel might, retaliate. And what is Israel attacking in Iran right now? Yeah, they're attacking Shiraz electronics industries. So they're attacking like oil refineries and electricity and stuff like that within Iran, and Iran is like bombing skyscrapers. Yeah, so I mean, I kind of understand Iran, but at the same time, like if Israel is committed to the war, they are going to like use nukes sooner or later if they are not able to win it conventionally. So yeah, doesn't actually matter, right? Let's see. Indians turn on Israel. Yes. So this is what happened. They used like a wrong map. Can we zoom in and see here? So this is the wrong map of India. As you can see, like Kashmir Valley. I mean, like currently it is like something like this, with like China and India having this chunk, and Israel posted this map where like this goes to Pakistan, which is like what Pakistan claim is theirs, right? And this Ajay, he says, use correct map of India, sir. And the idea says, this post is an illustration of the region. This map fails to precisely depict borders. We apologize for any offense caused by this image. So the Israelis are like, I don't care, right? It's just a map, right? It's not illustrative. Like it's not true to reality. I think this is like the UN map, like the official borders or something like that. And this unknown Sanatani says, I don't know if I can say this. HH if you do not correct the map of India. So they turned on the Israelis quite fast. It's not a full support Israel sir anymore. That has changed now. Yeah, so as you can see, like people are very like I don't know happy. They're laughing at this. It was not expected. Let me put it that way. It was not expected to like Israel. All Israel had to do to lose the support of the Indians was to draw a line the wrong way. And like Clash reports reported unconfirmed reports claiming Iran may conduct a nuclear test tonight. It didn't happen, but this India observer says conducted on Tel Aviv. So it's insane how quickly like they turned on Israel. All it took was like one map being drawn the wrong way. And let's see what more. Okay, so I'm gonna show you some videos, and it's gonna be of uncovered women. So if you don't want to see that, I suggest you turn away. And this is to show how Islamic Tehran actually is. So I feel dirty having to show you this, but this is the reality of Iran. Whoever calls it an Islamic Republic is a moron. It's a moron. So let's see.
Iran.
Yeah, we don't need the music. So as you can see, a lot of uncovered women. Like this looks as if you're in Paris. Okay, it looks like you are in Paris. Like very few women with like headscarves. So this is like the nightlife of Iran or whatever. And it's not even that they're like their hairs are uncovered, they're like their stomachs are uncovered as well. it's like literal prostitution. How are you not ashamed to walk out like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. And many of them have like this, I don't know what, like blue colored hair and stuff like that. They look like freaks. Red colored hair, stuff like that. It looks literally like you're in Europe, right? I mean, this is not what you expect from a so-called Islamic Republic, right? And there's another one with like some moron going around asking people to go drink coffee with him. So I mean, look at the people of Iran. Okay, that guy looked kind of normal except for smoking, and this is the hijab. It's like literally falling off. So this is what Hakikat wants us to defend, like this in the last video. I mean, look at these. Like, is this a man or a woman? It's literally impossible to tell. Pink hair. I mean, these are obviously lesbians, right? Look at this. It's like art major, right? Oh man, look at this. This is the Islamic Republic. This is a man. I'm sure this is a man. Yeah, I don't know what more to add. I think I've seen most of the like most egregious ones. So that's Iran, the so-called Islamic Republic of Iran. This is what Haqiqatjou wants us to defend. This is the kind of society he calls an Islamic state. He wants every country to be like Iran. Billah. Never, if I can say anything about it, right? So this is from the first attack, I believe. The first wave, or this is in Haifa now. So this is 14. So this is yesterday during the night. So this is the second wave of attacks. The second day or second night of attacks, like missiles flying from Iran into Israel, striking Haifa or Jaffa on in Arabic, I believe it's called. Amazing footage, amazing footage. And here's Haqiqatjou. This is a bit old. This is from like 6 months ago, and this was posted by his orbiter Halal Zoomer. Such a, oh my god, such a disgusting person. This Halal Zoomer, I'm 99% sure it's Haqiqatjou, okay? And this was posted on the 2nd of October 2024. It's a 11-minute clip of Haqiqatjou explaining trajectories. This is the most, I don't know what to tell you, like the most cringe. Like, bro, how hard like this picture explains it all. So this is I don't know what you will call it. They say a hypersonic glider trajectory. Okay, it's like it's the closest you can come to a straight line on a planet, right, on a sphere. And this is a parabolic trajectory. That's all you have to say. But what is interesting with this is, yes, the ballistic missiles, they fly in a like in a parabola, right? What you can achieve when you fire missiles in a parabola is you can fire like the first wave very high, and the second wave less high, and the third wave even less high. Okay, depending on like the properties of the ballistic missiles, how much you can get away with. And what that results in is like missiles, all the missiles like striking at the same time to overwhelm the defenses. And this is something I'm not sure if Iran is even doing. Like, if somebody like me can think of this, I don't know why they haven't thought of it. So let's hope they are. But they're not really trying to do any damage to Israel, as we have discussed. So, and this is Israeli arrest journalists. So this account, legitimate targets, tweeted breaking: Israeli citizens have now been arrested for filming Iranian missile strike sites. So there's no freedom of press. There is no freedom of press in Israel. Here's a story. Wahhabis making dua for Iran. This is this the first one? Okay, this is the first one. So So this is Assam al-Hakim. I don't know what he says in the video. I think he says something about like being on the side of Iran against Israel or something. I don't know. I haven't watched it. But this rogue TS guy, I like his tweets. Very good tweets. He says the Iranian Wahhabi alliance has arrived. O God, protect the people of Iran from the scourge of unjust war. Have mercy on their deeds and heal on their deads and heal their wounded. So this is posted from inside the Haramain. I'm not sure who it is, but it's some Saudi account, right? And we know this. We know that Saudi Arabia and Iran have been like doing rapprochement for the last 5 years or something since MBS took over, because he doesn't care about the religion, and he wants to like form a strong coalition. I think even he like understands that Israel is not a reliable partner, and Israel will like turn against Saudi Arabia as soon as they get the chance. So they're just using them now, and he wants to get like stronger bond with Iran to make like another coalition that can stand up against Israel and America, right? To some extent. Mostly it's about like controlling oil prices, because Saudi Arabia is much more dependent on oil exports than Iran is, and Iran can like crash the Saudi economy by selling their oil dirt cheap to like Venezuela or China, and then China like sells it off to other countries, or like I think they did it with Qatar. They sold lots of like oil very cheaply to Qatar, and then Qatar exported it as its own oil, right? And that crashed the Saudi economy in like I don't know which year. It was maybe like 10 years ago or something. So the Saudis know about this. The only reason that Iran isn't doing it is like, it costs them money to do this. They like selling the oil cheaper, then they're not making any profit on it. But if they like come into a conflict with Saudi Arabia, that will like crush the Saudi economy, because the Saudi economy still relies on oil, which is so stupid. These Saudis are the like most backwards people I've ever seen. And yes, here's another tweet from inside Al Haramain. Oh Allah, protect the Muslims of Iran from the calamities of unjust war. Have mercy on the deceased and grant complete and swift healing to the injured. So this is the correct way to do dua. You make dua for the Muslims. You don't make dua for the non-Muslims, right? Still, they're like making dua for Iran, which I don't know. Like, okay, you know what? If it's the Muslims in Iran, yes, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them. I know like the Azerbaijanis, I mean, it's such a weird thing. Like the Azerbaijanis in Iran are Sunni, and the Azerbaijanis in Azerbaijan are, oh wait, they're called the Azeris, okay? So the Azeris in Iran are Sunni, and the Azeris in Azerbaijan are Shia. It's like twisted, okay? Let's continue. Unapologetic Muslim in Australia faces court. So this is about a brother called Abu Said. Abu Usaid, maybe it is, not 100% sure. I think I saw one of his videos where he said like do not vote, and if like he gave like advice what to do not to vote. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect him and help him in these troubling times. Amin ya Rab. So he's a good brother from what I've seen, and he is now facing court case because he said something about the Yahud. I'm not really sure.
Jewish leaders are determined to hold a Western Sydney Islamic preacher to account for what they say is unacceptable racial discrimination. Now waiting for the judge's verdict, they've said it was a tragedy. They were forced to bring the lawsuit themselves.
Wissam Haddad is the cleric accused of preaching anti-Semitism.
Do you stand by everything you said in those sermons?
Yeah, free Palestine.
The court hearing in civil...
MashaAllah. This stand by everything is in the sermons. Yeah, obviously. Why? Because he like the sermon was from Quran and Sunnah. He did not invent anything. So why should he denounce it? It will literally be like apostasy to denounce the Quran and the Sunnah. Okay. And this so yeah, it's a Yahud that take him to court because what he talked about Jews from Islam. So yeah, and he's a racist. He's a racist bigot. Let's continue. Let's go back to Israel. I mean, the structure in this live is not really that great, but we're going back and forth like a real news show, talking about different stories. So this this brother, Adam something, he twice tweets the funniest things. So he said, next time don't kidnap Greta Thunberg. So if you don't know, Greta Thunberg was she's the Swedish activist. She was kidnapped. She was literally kidnapped in the international waters by the Israelis, right? They held her hostage. They held her hostage for a couple of, I think maybe a day or maybe 2 days, and then they released her. But they still have other hostages from the flotilla, Madeleine or Malene flotilla, and have not released them. Like the ones that have been released have gotten like skin conditions from the poor hygiene in these dungeons that Israel keeps prisoners in. Insane. And as you can see on the pictures, it's literally like Gaza. If you didn't have like this text, this Hebrew text, you will say that this is Gaza. Look at this. Insane. So, what goes around comes around. I think that's the proper saying to this. And yeah, Israel should not have taken hostages from the Madlin flotilla. They should let the flotilla enter Palestinian waters without stopping them. So this is all on Israel. And here's another one. So this is like a residential neighborhood. This looks like where the missile hit, like straight here. Lots of damage. Many, like this home, I don't think you can rebuild this home. And maybe this one as well. So yeah, they will probably need to rebuild them from beginning. But this guy, Aiden Hunter, he tweeted also something funny. Let's see, he says, Iranian missiles flew directly into Jewish homes in Tel Aviv. Many Jews are describing this as barbaric, inhumane, etc. We get it. Jews are upset. But listen, it's called war. In war, accidents sometimes happens. Accidents sometimes happen. We should wait until all the details come out before jumping to conclusions. Calling it barbaric is just wild Persian hatred. For all we know, Jews were using these homes to hide weapons. If so, the structures may have been legitimate military targets. We simply won't know until Persian authorities enter the area to conduct an investigation. So this is the same way that the Israelis are talking about when the IDF strikes like a kindergarten or a hospital. It's it's the same thing. These like apologists for Israel talk. So yeah, we cannot make an assumption. We don't know what kind of weapons were hidden in this house. Who owns this house? Maybe this was a high-ranking official within the Israeli government, the Likud, the Likud-run government. So we can't be too certain for now. So we should wait until the Persian army, the Persians take over the area and can give us like a journalistic tour in the tunnels under under these buildings. What more? Yeah, again, Adam saying there are still settlers trapped under the rubble. A few hours ago, there were 35. So up to 35 settlers trapped in the rubble of these homes that look like they are in Gaza. Horrible, just horrible. Only 35? Yes, let's see, what more? Clash reports. Not Gaza, Tel Aviv, as you can see. Why isn't Iran doing what Israel is doing? Why aren't they like double tapping, right? Launching a second missile like hours after the first one, so while they're searching for survivors, take out as many like military targets. As you can see, these are definitely military targets. They have the military the olive green colors of the IDF. So these are military targets, legitimate military targets. Something for Iran to think about. There's no shame. There's no shame in double tapping. Israel has been doing it for 2 years. But who did Iran kill with these attacks? Like, who were the victims? Can you guess it? So here's brother Aikarto tweeting previous attack by Iran. So this was on the June 13th. Killed a Palestinian family in Israel. They were staunch supporters of the revolution in Syria. Obviously, it wasn't intentional, but the Iranian regime is truly cursed. I mean, was it intentional or was it not intentional? It's hard to say. She and Bihari. So the first like victims of Iran's killing were Palestinians, and this is from the last attack. So this one killed a Palestinian family, and this killed a Christian Palestinian family. Because these are not they're not the same person. So these are two different families, all killed are like Arabs. So, and you might say like, oh well, it's not intentional, blah blah blah. Yeah, it is intentional. They are intentionally targeting Arab towns in Israel, and there's a reason for that. Is this the entire tweet? Yeah. So in this video you will hear Israelis cheering on Iran. So Israelis are cheering on Iran for bombing the town of Tamra, which is an Arab town in Israel.
Yo! وای 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 على الكفار على الكفار على الكفار على الكفار يو שישרף לכם הכפר
Yeah, does that sound like sorrowing? No, they're jubilous. Like they are celebrating that it's an Arab town being hit. And here's another, I think these are Arabs filming. And as you can hear in their voices, they are scared, they are shocked. It's Tamra being hit, it's an Arab town. So, and these are Arabs filming, so they're shocked. And these are also Arabs, I believe. And why is this happening? Well, as this person, Local Focus Security Alerts, tweeted, in Arab towns within Israel, Israeli Arabs are left exposed to rockets without adequate shelters or effective warning systems, while all Israeli cities and towns are fortified with every layer of security. This is not a flaw in the system, but a systematic official Israeli policy. So Israel is not defending these towns. They don't care. They really don't care if Israeli Arabs are killed. They prefer it. So they don't have bunkers, they don't have shelters, they don't have early warning systems, they don't have these Iron Dome installations to take out these rockets. So this is all intentional. Iran also knows this, so maybe they're like using this as a, I don't know, like an opportunity to quote unquote strike Israel, right? Do heavy damage to Israel, while at the same time taking out some Arabs, of which most are like Sunni Arabs, right? So it's horrible. And this is like what the resistars wants us to celebrate. Look, I don't know. Like I don't want to celebrate like Muslims being killed, right? They are in Israel. It's not like they were not. What do you say? They are forced. They did not choose to live in Israel. They are forced to live in Israel, and Iran doing this is honestly disgusting. So they are, both the Israelis and the resistars are celebrating the bombing of Arabs in Israel. The next one. Yes, if you have been following the news, you heard that like there's been like ISIS, like Israel is supporting ISIS in Gaza. And I thought it was like, first I was skeptical, but then some news came out, which I couldn't find now, that one of the like leaders of this Abu Hammam group or whatever it's called was Abu Shabab. Okay, so Abu Shabab's group, that like his brother was like fighting for ISIS in Egypt or something. So I thought, okay, you know what? It might be true. Like this might be like some ISIS connection going on here. But then it turns out that no, it's I mean, it was kind of obvious, right? So this person, Dilwar Karwan, says exclusive. There is strong evidence to suggest that Yasser Abu Shabab's bandit network, aka counterterrorism service, is a Fatah/Palestinian Authority op to overthrow Hamas by fragmenting Gazan society. The bandits are all Fatah loyalists, largely on the Tarabin clan, with ties to the Palestinian authorities. So, yeah, if you read this thread, you'll see it's kind of obvious that it was Palestinian Authority all along. And for those that don't know, Palestinian Authority is basically like they used to be against Israel, but now they're like a front group for Israeli operations. I mean, you have seen what they've done in like the West Bank, right? So yeah, like again, I was like, okay, maybe it is ISIS. Israel is funding ISIS, but the original story came from Israel. Okay, it was spread by like Israeli leftists that hate the government, and it was like later on it like came out that the original like the original quote was they're arming a group similar to ISIS. So it wasn't ISIS, it's similar to ISIS, and it got like spun to they're arming ISIS. So I don't know what to tell you right now. Like it looks unlikely that it's ISIS. So yeah, it looks like it's Palestinian Authority, which I mean everybody hates. Hamas hate them, ISIS hate them, Israel hate them, even though they use them, they hate them. If you've seen like what the Israelis are doing to the Palestinians in West Bank, you know. And this story, new breaking story: German aircrafts accidentally activated their transponders over Jordan while refueling Israeli fighter jets, which were attacking Iran. Is anybody confused by this? Like, was anybody not like expecting this? Yes. So Germany is assisting Israel in bombing Iran. Like, where is the international law? Okay, there's no like war declaration. There's nothing. It's just like unsanctioned actions, right? Germany is literally participating in terrorism right now. I mean, nobody is what do you say, surprised by this, but still, it's weird. Next story: Elon Musk helps Israel to achieve a coup in Iran, or at least he believes he is. So this person, Mark R. Levine, quote tweeted somebody saying Elon Musk can put the final nail in the coffin of the Iranian regime by providing Starlink internet to the Iranian people. Iran cut off all internet so that the people cannot organize a coup and communicate. Yeah, this is obviously false. There's many apps that can be used. I know if WhatsApp is allowed. I know Telegram is allowed within Iran. You can use Telegram. Many Iranians use like VPNs. So it's not even like, a secret. Like most Iranians just use VPN to exit. So Starlink is not necessary, but it is necessary if you are an like Israeli operative and need to like lay low, right? So you cannot use like the mobile networks. You cannot use Wi-Fi, etc. That can identify you. So you have to use like satellite communication, right? And that's what this person is calling for, just like allow satellite communication so the Mossad operatives can communicate freely. It's so obvious. And obviously, like Elon Musk responded, says the beams are on. So he activated it to help Israel continue doing terrorist actions in Iran. Next story. Rabbi Shmuley, whatever it's called, he's begging the United States of Israel to get involved. So he wants USA to get involved, but he makes like a Freudian slip and he says the United States of Israel. Listen.
The United States must get involved in this fight in order to protect the United States. God bless America. God bless the United States of Israel. God bless every innocent person.
Listen again.
bless the United States of Israel. God bless every
United States of Israel. Yeah, so they're not even like hiding it. Let's see what do we have next. We have an interview to show. So, you have probably seen this. This is a bit old by now. This is from I think I saw it from 2 weeks ago. But now that I'm making this video, I was like, yeah, let me show it. It's so funny. Listen.
Why should the world tolerate you having nuclear weapons and not, say, Iran?
First, again, we never admitted to have such weapons. But the very comparison is, I must say, it's very insulting, and I tell you why. We suffered one Holocaust. We listened to our neighbors.
Is it because of the Holocaust that you should be allowed to have nuclear weapons?
You know what? This interview was finished now. Your attitude is so hostile, and your questions are so arrogant. I don't want to
Is
speak
it the
with you
case
anymore.
that
So as soon as they get like tough questions, it's over. So this is what happens when the Yahud cannot control the media.
But the very comparison is, I must say, it's very insulting, and I tell you why. We suffered one Holocaust. We listened to our neighbors.
is it because of the Holocaust that you should be allowed to have nuclear weapons?
You know what? This interview was finished now. Your attitude is so hostile, and your questions are so arrogant. I don't want to speak with
Yes, it's the Australian that's arrogant, not the person saying that you should we haven't admitted to having nuclear weapons. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, you haven't admitted, but you have them, right? Dear God. And here's an illustration of what Iran was hitting, right? Because as we know, they have only hit like skyscrapers, like residential buildings, etc. But there is more to the story. We don't know what kind of bunkers and tunnels are under these skyscrapers and what their actual function is. So here's like an artist rendition of the intel that Iran has on these skyscrapers that have been hit in Israel, right? So this, I think this is the skyscraper, right? This, yeah. As you can see, it is the same. So let's see. As you can see, we have F-35 jets hidden inside of the skyscrapers that Iran has targeted. So they're hidden all over inside of the skyscraper. As you can see, they use them as hangars. But under the skyscraper, let's see, it's not yet. So here you can see the F-35 jets, fighter jets. They take off from these buildings and go and bomb Iran. So these are obviously legitimate targets. And here you can see the nuclear warheads hiding in these residential buildings. This is bad. This is against the Geneva Convention. We have carriers as well hiding under the buildings. Very bad. Also against the Geneva Convention, and star destroyers as well. So Israel is really, really not caring about international law and the Geneva Convention, and it's good that Iran is setting stop for this. Here's a interesting tweet somebody wrote. He said, so Jews get expelled from nearly every nation on the planet. They then get their own nation. In less than a century, it becomes objectively the most hated nation on earth. Take what you will from this. That's yeah, that's true. Why? But why is it true? Like, how did this happen? It's weird. Honestly, it's really weird. We know from a hadith that towards the end days that the Jews will be the most hated people in the world. So it's interesting that Israel is actually fulfilling this prophecy. I mean, why are they doing this? It's ludicrous. I mean, if anything, this really like speaks for this entire scenario being like a simulation, dunya where we live. I hear that same tweet. Here's Here's a photo of a man with that Israel lauded. They killed. They were very happy about having killed him. Showed a video of killing him. And Haaretz, which is like a Jewish Israeli news source, says the Israeli military labeled Mohammed al-Farah as a terrorist before killing him in Gaza, but Haaretz has found he was a disabled civilian with cerebral palsy. And if you watch the video where he was killed, you would see that he was he was barely able to walk. He obviously had some kind of disability from that video alone. So he was like, from the story, he was starving. He tried to go to their old home to search for food, and Israel killed him. Here's a tweet from Ben Shapiro. He says, "Why did Israel strike Iran, and why are they 100% right to do it?" And some other stuff. Why Trump's diplomacy first-hand hands-off strategy worked, and why the nuclear doomsayers have, I have no idea. So it's like a long tweet to try to justify Israel's actions, and this person says, "No Iranian ever called me goy." And it's like has almost half as many likes as Ben Shapiro's, and you can see like how many replies he has. So they're like, Hasbara is losing steam, right? The entire world is literally turning on the Jihad. Here's Lindsey Graham, a 70-year-old man with no children or grandchildren, who is very obviously a homosexual. So, you know, Israel has some kind of tape on him that will make him tweet this. So as soon as Israel bombed Iran, he tweeted, "Game on, pray for Israel." Like, bro, Israel just bombed another country. Why the hell would you pray for them? Like, pray for them. The retaliation they're about to face is gonna be huge. Pray for Israel. And this Nina Turner tweets, "Game on." I mean, is that how you speak? Like, they killed like 100 civilians or something. Wars are not games. People die. Lots of likes on that. Here's Hassan Nasrallah. Okay, let's see. I have a video to show. So this is a British man in India who becomes a god. So look. I have no words. I have no words. Yeah, so that's a level of Hindus. They worship the white man. Here's brave Iranian regime. I mean, they're missile troops, or maybe this is the air defense units. This is the pure Islam Hakikatu speaks about. They all have their Quran over their heads, singing the Hussein. Look at this. Is Hakikatu gonna do this? Look, they all have like Qurans on their heads. A'udhu billah. I have no words, man. This is so. No words, honestly. Let's see some more images of Israel being destroyed. Looks like Gaza. You can see. Did I show these pictures? I don't think I showed these pictures, but maybe I did. So yeah, it's a bad day to be an Israeli, but also a bad day to be Iranian. This is from Iran. It appears that like Iran is so infiltrated. As soon as Israel started doing these strikes, these Mossad operatives within Iran activated and used like the spike ATGMs and whatnot to take out all the air defenses. That's why Israel had like free reign the first day to bomb whatever they wanted. And they also used these FPV drones, the same that were like used in Russia by the Ukrainians. So obviously it's the same hand. So these like trucks filled with FPV drones suddenly like just, it sounds like a beehive, right? So listen. You see? It's just like a beehive. These drones just like coming out from these trucks and containers. Listen. As you saw, there are like 2 drones. So yeah, it is a bad day to be Iranian, bad day to be a Shiite, bad day to be an Israeli. Like even their like responses, like I said, have been like very lackluster. They haven't done anything of note yet. A couple of missiles hit, shook the Israelis, but nothing more than that. And they bombed an Sunni city. So not much we can say there. Here's some news from Egypt. You know, as you might have followed, there's been like a convoy of people going to Egypt to try to break the siege and get aid to the Palestinians. And the Egyptian government has like collected these thugs to beat up the people. So here's like a British nurse like begging the police to like let the protesters, I mean the convoy, go through. So listen to his words.
Genocide of a people. Please, 4 times I've been to Palestine as a nurse. I paid for myself to go. They are hearing me. This man is wearing a Palestinian ring. They are all Muslim. This is a genocide of a Muslim people by Zionists.
They can't hear you. They can't hear you. They're not hearing you. They can't hear you.
Please.
They can't hear you. I'm sorry.
So if you heard there, he says you're Muslims, Palestinians are Muslims, they're being killed by Zionists, why aren't you helping them? So here's a Catholic Christian coming to lecture these Muslims, these morons, these murtadeen in the army of the Pharaoh on like, go and help your Muslim brothers, what are you doing? And they won't, they're just standing there. Filthy murtadeen. And obviously, like if you're Hakikat, you will say you can't make takfir on these people. So yeah, disgusting. Here's another video. So this is Epstein's lawyer. He had like an interview with this female reporter, and like look at his mannerisms. Look, like wait, let me make it a bit bigger. So look at his mannerisms. Look here at like he's switching.
Case extensively, and your name came up quite often.
I defended Jeffrey Epstein the way I've defended hundreds of other people, some guilty, some innocent.
So you do admit that you did receive a massage at his mansion?
I had a neck and shoulder massage. Virtually everybody who went to any of Jeffrey Epstein's houses got therapeutic massages. They were offered to everybody, but I've never had a sexual massage or anything improper. I've never been touched by an underage person. So no, that's not true at all.
Epstein was an asset to Mossad, and that Ghislaine Maxwell was in fact an agent of Mossad. There's a lot
Totally
of evidence
nonsense.
that point to this direction, and that
No,
they were
evidence.
operating a blackmail operation in order to get very powerful people, including people like yourself, in precarious positions to where you could potentially work on behalf of the state of Israel.
I've been working for the state of Israel.
Yeah, so this was posted on Little Red Note, which is like the TikTok competitor. So yeah, if you saw the menorah, like yeah, these people obviously he's gonna say yeah, like there's no truth to that. There's no truth that this is like an like Mossad operation. Obviously he's gonna say that. I mean, come on. And if you haven't been following, like today or maybe like yesterday, there was like this military parade in the USA. See, it was really pathetic. I mean, not something you expect from the like world's richest country. It was very pathetic, and nothing positive to say about it. But the funniest thing was like all these so-called sponsors. So they're like, you can see a Palantir. If you have been following the news, it was like this parade was brought to you by Palantir. But not only Palantir, also like Coinbase and others. And this is like I saw this live on Twitter Exeter, right? Saw this live while I was watching the parade. It just came up like Palantir, and here's somebody who recorded it.
Special thanks to our sponsor Palantir.
Oh my god, this is so insane. I did this the same thing with like Coinbase. Special thanks to our sponsor from Coinbase. Man, insane. Honestly, if you have watched a TV show called what's it called, Fallout? I know it was called Jericho. Come on, Jericho show. Yeah, 2006 TV show Jericho. It's a very good TV show. I would recommend you to watch it. But in the story of the show is like these companies within the USA made like a false flag attack, like a nuclear attack on USA that took out the government. And then you got like this competing government called the Allied States of America, which is literally like owned by companies, okay? And this is happening in real time. Like USA, the country is like owned by companies, like obviously owned by companies. Like in a military parade, you have Palantir as a sponsor. I mean, this is just insanity. Yeah, so I would say that's that. Not much more I can add. Again, like to clarify, like every Muslim should be like joyous at the occasion of the enemies getting the comeuppance, right? So I mean, the last thing I can do actually is shill my website a bit. So if you go to X and visit my profile, this is what it looks like. You press this link. This is just like my link shortener for like, or I don't know what you call it, the place for all my links. And I hosted it on GitHub. I didn't know you could do this on GitHub, which I figured out that you could. Amazing that you can actually. And here I have a link to my blog, which I like started a couple of days ago. And just as a test, I wanted to like learn to code with Hugo and like try this service called surge.sh where you can like upload static websites very easily. So this is my blog. See, it's very clean, very nice. And on here I also have all my links. It looks a bit different. Maybe I should change this to my other, like to this layout. You can scroll. But this is the blog portion. And this is the article I wrote like the first day. And I woke up and I saw that Iran retaliated. I mean, look, this is a nice design. I said that Beres that I don't know. I said this design was clean and nice. This atheist guy, but his blog, it's WordPress. Okay, so you can't even compare Beres. Where is that article that I liked? So this is the article he wrote. I mean, you know, it's a clean design. Looks good. But wait, did he give me a response? No, so he has not published my response to his response. Come on, Beres, why are you like this, man? But look at this. Look how clean this is. Come on, you cannot say that this is better than this. This loads in like a second. Okay, maybe a bit longer because surge.sh is limiting how much I can do. Let me show you what this article looks like in the source code. So here it is in source code. Let me put it side by side. I can compare it. Bro, the Chromium is messing up everything. Okay, so as you can see, it you write the title here, comes here. You add the tags for the article, and it shows up here. You can see, very simple. Like Hugo, it's so simple to use. Honestly, there's more stuff that I still don't know, but like I know enough for now. Yeah, you can add pictures like this way, and it comes like in the article. Very simplistic. And down here, I added this song that somebody made, like a Boston pro-Iranian song. Come on, what happened? So it's I don't know if it is AI or what this is, but it's a funny song. I don't listen to music, but the like the text is funny. And you can see like this is how you add in like I think this is used for code. So you add these three I don't know what they're called. Yeah, these citation markers. But in this article, I wrote that like this was the day before his like so this was written I think yesterday or the day before. Okay, the 14th. Okay, so it was written yesterday is when I wrote this, and Khamenei, he said that we're gonna fire 2,000 missiles next time. Later on, I found out that like they have only 2,000 missiles. That's like their entire missile stock is like 2,000 missiles. But then I wrote when he said this like, okay, fire 2,000 missiles. Okay, buddy, just do it. You don't need our permission. So why is Iran like being so coy with their missiles, firing like maybe 50 at a time? Partially because they have limited missile stock, but at the same time they're not really firing using their drones, right? They're propeller-driven drones. They like fire less than 10 at a time, which Israel is very easily can take out. They should fire like 100 or 200 at a time, and the missiles at the same time to overwhelm the defenses and make some real damage, and then sue for peace, right? That's how you should be doing it. But no, they are like drawing this out obviously for some reason, even though the damage is huge. I mean, the warhead must be like maybe a ton or something. It's a huge warhead, but it's what are you damaging? You're damaging skyscrapers, which might hold, F-35 jets. We don't know. We must wait for Iran to enter the premises and do a thorough investigation before we can determine if there are F-35 jets and nuclear warheads or not. Yeah, so that's all of the news I have for now, and I guess I'll see you next week if I don't get banned by YouTube for mentioning certain topics. Yeah, so if you like this video, please like it and share it with people. If you didn't like it, then yeah, sorry. Maybe not for you. But if you did like it, like I said, like it, share it, so you subscribe, obviously, so you get more videos like this. Not only by me, by other people. And yeah, I'll see you next time.